you have another question. One more question and then I have to get back to.
Can I ask why this particular site seems so written in blood?
You asked them.
Yes,
They're proposing the site.
They're proposing the site.
Okay, so why is this particular site chosen?
I think to best answer that question is, and I think I made notice of this in the public information hearing. I apologize if you weren't able to attend that hearing. But in a PowerPoint presentation, there's a number of factors that go into the siting of a power plant. And actually the factors that are the greatest impact are the infrastructure being existing on the site, which we refer to as a brownfield site. In the case of the Chula Vista Energy Upgrade Project, the natural gas is already present, the electrical infrastructure in terms of the transmission is already present, the gas is present, the water is present. So it's actually an ideal fit for a power plant. It's already an existing project, and we just feel that we've got an opportunity to put a cleaner technology project in there and produce.
Exactly, it's about money. That's it.
I don't think it's so much an issue of saving money, and I share your concerns, but I will say that what drives this decision more than anything else is the existing infrastructure being in place.
Which means money, so you don't have to pay for it somewhere else.
Right, exactly.
I mean, that's a fact.
It has nothing to say about that.
Okay, I really appreciate your patience, but I have to get back to the Environmental Health Coalition on your second question.
I don't want to change the subject until, if there's more that needs to be said on this subject, though.
Thank you.
So it could be another site.
But it would cost
And
them more.
that's part of it. I have to speak to that because I can't spend too much time on it because I do understand. The alternative analysis looks at both the proposed project, alternatives that were proposed as part of the application for certification, and other ones we look at. So when we provide this document that will go out for public review, we look at other sites as well to see if there was other sites that would be better for this project. We can't say to the applicant, the Energy Commission cannot say that, okay, you will build this site, this project on another site. We can basically just advise, say that there are other sites that are more appropriate and recommend, to the commission that there are other sites that are more appropriate for it. But as I said before, that doesn't get rid of the existing power plant, and it doesn't cite the power plant somewhere else. It would just put it back in the court, if the commissioners listened to that and said, okay, we agree with the community, or we agree with anyone in saying that the site should be moved somewhere else. The project is just not approved. The existing power plant stays, and then MMC Energy would have to make a determination if they want to site the proposed plant somewhere else that would meet the local, energy needs and try to address as many issues as possible. So, as I said before, the Energy Commission, when an application comes in, we have to look at the application for wherever the plant is proposed by the company that wants to build it. We don't have a process where we tell people that we want a certain power plant on a certain site. So there's a certain level where we have to look at what we're given, and we look at not just that one particular site, but we look at other areas, other sites in the area that would provide the same electrical necessities, to provide for the growth, whatever. We look at are there other sites that would address that. So I hope that answers as much of your questions as I can. But we need to focus on air quality, and you had another question.
Yeah, going back to the ammonia issue, I don't think we've heard a good explanation for why the facility can't use SCONOX or another type of system that doesn't require ammonia at all, so we're not doing all this analysis of just how bad is it. Can't we do an alternative that doesn't need it at all?
I noticed that that is a data request from you in SCONOX. The applicant will respond to that, and what I will tell you is that I will revisit the issue and reevaluate SCONOX, the use of SCONOX. I did that about 4 or 5 years ago. The field has advanced since then, and I'll also weigh in with an evaluation, as will the applicant.
Yeah, and just to let the public know that as an intervener in the project, the Environmental Health Coalition has asked certain questions of the applicant. So there was a data request that staff sent to the applicant that they've responded to, which is what this workshop is about. Environmental Health Coalition has additional questions that they sent directly to the applicant, and the applicant